do the keen of mind seek to satiate their curiosity in darkness and depravity. Innocence is our father. Arieth is our mother. When a daughter strays from the light, she makes herself an orphan. Learn well the lessons that Rayclass will teach you, witch. It is your only hope of finding your way home.
The very sand shivers with malice. There's a power here that welcomes me. The dead will soon rise for me, not against me. thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Salem of Theopolis, you have transgressed against your God and your fellow man. You have been a willing vessel for the following sins: defamatory vanity, 3 counts of unauthorized political satire, 6 counts of blasphemy, 1 count of inciting public unrest, performing in public without a license. God has charged me with your redemption. You are hereby exiled to Rayclast, where it is hoped you shall come to repent your sins and make your peace with your beloved father.
Fine work with Hillock. Where'd you learn to fight like that? No, forget I asked. We exiles have no history. Dominus took it from us when he had his blackguards dump us in the water out there. Here, got something for you. Should help you kill a few more of those undead bastards. Don't bother thanking me. The way I figure it, the longer we fighters live, the longer everyone lives.
I witnessed your battle against Hillock. I wasn't aware your people had such abilities. My name is Johann, and I'm from the Far East. My people, the Kalgurans, are attempting to build a settlement near here. We could use someone with your talents. You know the land, you know the dangers. Will you join us? I'll await your answer in Kingsmarch. Several of our people were already here in Rayclast, undertaking expeditions of their own. When their outpost reached a certain size, the king, in his great wisdom, gifted them an official charter and a name. I was sent to aid in the execution and management of that charter. I serve as the king's hand. You don't appear to employ the power of runes, like we Kalgurans do. I'm very curious how you accomplished what you did. I see that you have upon your person one of those so-called virtue gems, but Nessa allowed me to borrow one, and it did nothing as far as I could determine.
Come in.
I'm glad you decided to join us. I hesitate to call you Exile, for we are all exiles in this foreign land. As the King's Hand, I serve as Treasurer of King's March. Come to me for all financial and resource management matters. We have contracted Captain Faustus of the Fair Marilene for ties to the markets of Rayclast. Speak to him next. I am certain we will all be working together very closely. I choose not to waste resources on a gilded office. It is here, in the tavern, where drink and loose talk best meet. My presence may, hopefully, keep any dangerous talk to the shadows, where it belongs. We have contracted Captain Faustus of the Fair Marilene for ties to the markets of Rayclast. Speak to him next. I am certain we will all be working together very closely. I make no secret that I'm a man of two loyalties. I must serve the King's wishes, and I must also serve this charter to the letter of the law. I'm aware that King's March is a destination for many that would be considered less than upstanding citizens. So long as I directly see no evidence of crime, sedition, or another rebellion, there is no conflict of interest. Kindly do not discuss your thoughts in my presence. A reckoning is coming, have no doubt about that. The King has his eye on Rayclast, and he lays far-reaching plans. Only time will tell. Several of our people were already here in Rayclast, undertaking expeditions of their own. When their outpost reached a certain size, the King, in his great wisdom, gifted them an official charter and a name. I was sent to aid in the execution and management of that charter.
It's all
I
about
serve as the
marketing.
King's Hand.
Hail, as these Calgurans say. You've just met your most important ally in this strange new town. I am Faustus, the captain of the Fair Marilene. Consider me your access to the wealth of Rayclast. There's not a single market I can't reach. You've got currency, they've got currency, and thus I shall be your most esteemed facilitator, for a small fee, of course. Let's see what we can do.
Welcome to King's March. I'm something of a people person. That's to say, I handle our talent pool. The Meridian Free Traders, my guild, send me here to assist in executing the charter. I connect laborers and specialists with those who have available jobs and capital. I've heard you may be making some decisions around here, so we should definitely do business. It's not the most auspicious office I've worked in, but it certainly puts me face to face with the people of King's March. I consider it an opportunity.
How goes the adventure? How goes it? I don't know how it's seen on Rayclast, but smithing is something of a fine art back home. We smiths aren't priests, not by a long shot, but we do study the science of runes and the philosophies of meaning and will. That education allowed me to forge myself, much the same way I would a sword. A man makes his own destiny. Runes are just another tool in that glorious struggle. I am the only runesmith this side of the sea, so the best thing I can do for Kingsmarch is lend it my skills. I don't know how it's seen on Runes are a complex science and a delicate art. If a smith doesn't understand their nuance, they'll only produce equipment one might call cursed. For that reason, novice runesmiths are rather dangerous. There is an energy in runelight, and power in verisium and other metals. Runes channel those forces, like signposts or diversions altering a river's flow. The final meaning is the sum of what you've engraved. It means exactly what you told it to mean, for better or for worse. If you encounter any verisium, do bring it to me. It is the most effective of all runesmithing metals. It doesn't occur naturally in the ground. It only falls from the sky. The how and why of such events, I'll leave up to the priests and their calculations.
Hello, what have you got? When we first arrived, we didn't intend for this to be anything permanent. It was more of a supply dump, so we wouldn't have to keep going back to our ship. That was my idea. In the course of our expeditions, we built it up bit by bit. Eventually, it felt something like home. People back in Kalgur became interested in joining us for adventure, opportunity, or freedom. Word must have gotten out, because that's when Johann arrived with the King's Charter. The Charter for Kingsmarch brings many Kalguran laws to Rayclast, including our guild associations and criminal penalties. There is very little enforcement for most of it right now. There are only two things on Rayclast the King seems to truly care about. One of those things is taxes. Ugh. Oh, I like to think I'm a kind man. I mean, don't we all? But these taxes, oh, I just... No, Rog, don't let it get to you. The dream is still alive.
Oh, good. A name and a charter might have been stamped on it from afar, but this is our home. When we first arrived on Rayclast, we picked this spot out as a good place to stash some supplies. And now it's going to be a city. If I had it my way, I'd call it, I don't know, Tugin's March or Tuginborg. I'd even take Rogswaith. He deserves a little recognition anyhow. We're still on our grand quest, as Danig would put it. This is just base camp. Of course, the longer I'm here drinking a good beer and relaxing in a bed, the harder it is to get back out there.
What was I doing again? Engineer reporting. 20 years ago, when I was in my first year, a certain High Templar picked me out of a crowd of Academy engineers. I was taken to the Chief Archon's laboratory, among other staff and guards. That building held a functioning map device, and it was my job to repair and maintain it. several terrible things happened there. But I learned more high science on that single job than I would have in years. This place is going to be grand. When that handsome Danik spins his tales about the years to come, I can see it as clearly as I see my inventions in my head. I'd rather be working here than for the Templars any day.
Ah, well.
Next, you should familiarize yourself with our recruitment processes. Introduce yourself to Raouf, hire a recruit, and then return to me to discuss placement.
March with us in King's March? No, no.
Next, you should familiarize yourself with our recruitment processes. Next.
Oh, Johann and Danik brought you on. Don't worry, I'll get all the necessary paperwork shortly. I'm Raouf. The Meridian Free Traders, my guild, send me here to assist in executing the charter. I connect laborers and specialists with those who have available jobs and capital. I've heard you may be making some decisions around here, so we should definitely do business. Things operate rather loosely here, but back home almost all official business is done through one or more guilds. For example, you cannot simply open up a shop and start selling goods. All designated locations for shops have a process that must be undertaken. There are a set number, and they're all currently licensed to major merchants. Every few years, a new license is created and bid upon by interested parties. Those without the familial wealth to get in on the game, so to speak, may consider moving across the world to new lands where regulations are not so strict. It's the best argument in favor of a move to Kingsmarch. Bring your
Around
family.
here, far too
Start
much
a
money
new-
passes through hands that aren't mine.
Let me
I've
just
got
grab
quite the
list of
next
workers
few
already
applications.
eager to sign up. We've got a promising list of picks. Hail! Who would you like to hire?
In our next game, I should have them fight on.
Name's Tujin. I'm the harbour master around here, but there ain't much to master, if you catch my drift. Could use some investment in our docks and shit. We're still on our grand quest, as Danig would put it. This is just base camp. Of course, the longer I'm here drinking a good beer and relaxing in a bed, the harder it is to get back out there.
Yes, yes. We've got a promising list of picks. Ah. Who would you like to hire? would you like to hire? Couldn't have chosen better myself.
The last thing we need to discuss is investment. Necessary infrastructure will require substantial resources. For now, make our first investment in our recruitment capabilities, just to learn the process. The last thing we need to discuss. Hell!
What can I do for you?
Hail! Who would you like to hire?
Let's fix one.
Oh.
Hey! Hail! That is my name here because I have chosen it. I choose to leave behind that which I was, for it was assigned to me. Forced, not given. Family names are the ties that bind. That is my name here because I'd rather work than stand around gossiping, if that's all right.
Eh? Who's that? What do you need? Hail! We're still on our ground. Hail!
Yes, yes. Who would you like to hire?
Hail!
We've much to discuss. The last thing we need to discuss. I'll add it to our balance.
Who would you like to hire?